Hey Matt, hey Asia. Just shooting this video for you guys. Ellie told me you wanted to sort of have a look at what we might be able to do to get you some more business. So I'm going to start off with your page. The three things I'm going to be looking at are content on your web page, backlinks and citations, and then keywords on your web page as well. They're sort of the three main things we look at when we're trying to get a new site ranked on Google. So I'm just going to point out those as we go. So number one, content. I'm just looking through your page here. Really nice looking site. Love the photo. Always good for people to know who you are. But the main thing I notice is there's barely any wording, and that stops you from being able to get keywords in here that people are actually searching for on Google. So Google likes to see about 1,500 words minimum so that it can read your site, know exactly what your site is, and whether your content is going to explain to the customer exactly what you're about and whether you can help them. The reviews are fantastic. The one thing I will point out is they're taking up a lot of page on your room, lot of room on your page at the moment, and these are great to allow people to trust you. So really nice site. Just a couple of things, and I'd also be getting your phone number on there a lot more. People use mobile phones so often now to search, and the way that it comes up on the phone, you want to have your phone number on there 5 or 6 times, so that if once they're done, they're just like, oh, there's the phone number, and they can click on it straight from where they are, rather than having to scroll to the top or the bottom. So I've put your website into a tool called Ahrefs, which basically buys statistics from Google and presents them to us so we can see what's going on in the background of your page and what's helping you rank. The first thing I want to point out is this UR, which is your rating, and basically determines how trusted your site is with Google. At the moment, you don't have a rating because Google doesn't know what your site really, it doesn't know what it is, so it doesn't have any way of trusting it. The DR is domain rating or domain authority, and that's picked up by local citations, referring to your business with your name, number, and address, and your URL, basically saying that other local businesses in the area trust your business and would use you and recommend you. Google really likes those because it's sort of hard to beat the system with citations, so that pushes your trust rating up quite quickly. And the trust rating is the biggest thing that Google looks at to whether or not it's going to rank your page. The second thing I mentioned was backlinks along with those citations. Backlinks are any link pointing back to your website from any other website on the planet, basically. We can look here and we can see that there's Zillow, Yahoo. I'm sure you've gone out there and put a lot of these on yourself. That's fantastic. What I want to show you though is over here, these no follow, which basically means, this guy's got a domain rating of 91, which is really high. And that's what you want to see passing your site power or passing your site trust. But when it's a no follow link, he's not providing you any trust whatsoever. And all of these ones down here, they look like they might be your own website or something. Obviously, they're not ranked either, so they're not really giving your site anything for Google to go off. The last thing was keywords. You've only got 11. You want to see this up, maybe 1,000, 2,000, depending on where you want to rank, how large your area, and what you want to rank for. That allows that when people, search phrases in Google, that it's going to show up on a lot more searches rather than just if someone's searching Asia Hughes specifically or Reef Point Realty. But what I will point out is that the volume for these is for how specific that is. You're getting searched for 20 times per month. Reef Point Realty, 150 times per month. Volume is per month. And you're sitting on position 4 for your own name on Google. I dare say the only ones beating that will be review sites. They're always on the top. These ones down here sitting on page 3. There's 10 results per page, and page 9. Now, really, you want to see, Oceanside Realty, Carlsbad Realty, houses for sale in Oceanside, which I'll show you in a minute. So the first thing I did was put in Oceanside real estate into the Google here, assuming that that's something that you want to rank for. These paid advertisements, you only have to pay for these when someone actually clicks on them. They can be a really good tool to generate fast traffic, almost instant, as soon as you launch the ad. And as I said, you're only paying when someone searches this term and then goes ahead and clicks on that link. And the cost per click, I'll show you a little bit in a minute. Now, coming down, these are the organic results, which is where most people tend to click. Realtor.com, Zillow, you got some really, really big sites there that are always really hard to outrank. In fact, they're even outranking Google's map back here, which is, pretty insane if you think about it. I don't know if you guys have got a Google My Business. You're certainly not in the top 3. If I have a quick look in here, I can't see you anywhere near the top. So I'm assuming you don't have a Google My Business, but so if not, you really need to get one. Here's the other type of paid advertisement that didn't show up before. Also really good for generating quick traffic. But as I said, people do tend to come down to the organic section down here more often than not. The ones I picked out were Oceanside Real Estate, and I picked out Century 21. So a smaller size site and a really, really, really big one. So if we come along to Century 21, huge site, as you can imagine. This guy ranks all over the world. We've even got it in Australia, Century 21. I don't like how this site is built right here, but I can see what they're trying to do. I've searched for homes in realty in Oceanside, and it's showing me all the little things there. Wouldn't be a bad idea for you to do something like that, although I'd do it a little bit smaller, but great idea, tool you could use there. So I put them into Ahrefs, and the first thing I want to show you is this is their entire site, and you can see that they haven't got the best trust rating, which means that, and the reason for that is because they've got 6.9 million backlinks coming in from other sites, but only from 9 or almost 10,000 domains, which is basically, Google looks at that as spam. If you've got too many links coming from the same web page, Google's going to say, well, you've just spammed your website on that same website 10, 15, 20 times, or in this case, gosh, it must be nearly 1,000 times. So it's not, eventually, the more links you get, the less trusted you are with Google. But it does work for these guys because they're such a big site, and they've got citations coming out of their out the yin yang here, coming out of their ears, pointing to them probably everywhere. This is looking at their entire site, as I said, 1.3 million keywords. That's a huge amount. What I want to actually focus on though is the Oceanside area. So because this is the URL for their Oceanside, if I click on that, it's going to show you they've only got 16 backlinks and 4 referring domains. Now they're still ranking, even though that's really low. They're still ranking because they have got some good trust and good domain rating. But if you want to look at these keywords, these are the ones that I'd be looking at for you. Oceanside Real Estate, Homes for Sale, backwards, California or CA. That really, really obvious ones we'd go after, and wherever you wanted to look at, Encinitas, North County, Carlsbad, Escondido, Vista, wherever you wanted to choose, you can put them in there. You can have as many as you like. And look at the volume for these. Oceanside Real Estate is getting searched for 1,100 times per month, and they're getting 50 clicks on their website from that. And if you were to advertise with that keyword, $2 every time someone clicks on it. So if you're getting clicked on, up around that 30, 40 times per month, and it's costing you $2, it's costing you a little bit of money, but you would imagine that out of 40 people that are clicking on it, you're going to get some phone calls. And you're going to turn them into customers. So it's going to pay for itself quite quickly. That's pretty low cost per click for all these keywords. So that's one thing I'd certainly be looking at for you guys. This video is going really long because I'm giving you a really good explanation. Normally I try to keep these to 5 minutes, but anywho, the first thing I would do for you guys is go straight after these backlinks that these guys have got. Just basically go straight into this exact website, make you a profile and get your link onto all of these, or all that I can, especially the ones with a high domain rating. And then I'd be looking at really upping that on a ton of other ones, so that these guys, you beat these guys out for their Oceanside page quite easily. And same as keywords. If you get up to 1,000 or 500, 600 keywords, you're going to register them a lot more than just that. So the next one is a more local person, Oceanside Real Estate. So you can see here, hasn't got a lot of wording on his page. I want to be able to see a phone number. I can see one up the top. There's always one at the top, that's fine. But as I'm scrolling through, I want to see the phone number 3 or 4 times, because half the time I get to here and I go, all right, yep, I like this person. I'm going to call them. This is really tiny here and it's not even a clickable link. And I don't know if that's his website without reading it, but sorry, his phone number down here, it's not even clickable. So this guy's almost impossible to call once you decide to call him. He's got a few more images, I believe. You can actually optimize these to help rank in Google, so that's something you should definitely look at doing. And then I did notice his website's not secure or easy as well, so you would easily beat this guy out with content and making sure that your website says secure, which it already does. That's great. Now coming over here, he's got very few citations or none, which is easily beatable, and he's got a pretty poor trust rating as well. Only 88 backlinks, super easy to beat. You'd be copying a lot of those and then also building on that another 100, 200, 300, 400, whatever you could manage to find. And obviously from a lot more referring domains, not just one domain getting 100 backlinks. Ideally you want one for one, and that boosts your trust flow really, really high. And then keywords, once again, pretty obvious. He's got a few more, a little bit more specific there. Once you start adding this traffic together for being on the front page of Google, and volume together, and you look at the traffic that he's getting per month, it's, each number isn't huge, but when you add that up, I mean, there's hundreds of clicks. So, all for being on the page one of Google. So that's how important it is. And they're just some of the things that you could do to look at that. I had a quick look at Oceanside Suites as well. Ellie mentioned that you might be looking to rebuild this with a booking site as well. That would be a great idea, I think. Same thing, more content, optimized images, maybe some reviews that you get, which looks like this might be one there. Yeah, read reviews, perfect. And then you'd need another Google My Business and to get into the local map pack there as well. So all in all, that's sort of what we do and what we look at. And I'll talk to you guys later. So have a great day. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.